Is it faster to apply for a fiancé visa or for a spouse visa? Hey guys, my name is Marcus Wabshall. I'm an immigration attorney and I'm the founding attorney of Veritas Immigration Law, which is an immigration-only law firm located in South Florida. One common question that I get from potential clients who are thinking about immigrating their spouse or their future spouse to the United States is they bump into the question of whether they should apply for a fiancé visa and immigrate their significant other here prior to marriage so that they can get married here in the United States, or should they actually get married in the home country of their spouse and apply for a spouse visa. And they just want to know which way is faster. And although there's a lot of other considerations in play when you're going through this process, people have personal situations that need to be considered when you're going through these processes. But in terms of speed, a lot of people just want to know what's going to be the fastest way to bring their loved one here to the United States. And that is a concern that I completely understand, and I think it's actually really important. When people approach me with this question, one of the things that I frequently tell people is I really don't recommend the spouse visas. I just, on a personal level, I just don't think it's the best option. The reason why I don't like spouse visas is because I just don't think it's great for spouses to be separated from each other after you get married. Just on a person-to-person level, not really concerned about the legalities. I just don't think that's a great way to start your marriage. If you get married and you guys got to be separated for 12, 13 months at the beginning of your marriage, that's just not good, right? I mean, married couples should be together. And to be separated, if you can control it, is not ideal. That's not a great way to begin your marriage. Obviously, everybody's personal circumstances are different, but if you can control it, I really don't like the spouse visa. I don't think it's a great option for people, and in fact, I've even seen it happen where these things take a long time to process and the relationship actually starts to deteriorate because of the time that they're apart and the physical separation. So it puts a lot of burden on the U.S. citizen spouse to either go and travel to visit their spouse or just communicate virtually. So that is not a great situation for most people. It's not good on the marriage, especially if there's kids involved. So for that reason, I usually, if there's a choice involved, recommend the fiancé visa. Not only to avoid the separation as a married couple, but also because I'm just seeing an adjudication trend where the fiancé visas are being processed faster. Okay? The fiancé visa is a more expensive path to go through. There's more filing fees. There's a few more hoops that you have to jump through to finally get the permanent residence for your fiancé and your spouse. But I think it's better because you're not separated for as long and you're not separated as a married couple. I think it's a little bit more digestible to be separated if you are still in the fiancé phase. You're not married. Obviously, any kind of separation is not ideal, but I think it's better if you have to be separated physically for a period of time. I think it's better to do that during the fiancé stage than as a married couple. So in our recent fiancé visa filings, we have gotten approvals right around the 8-month mark for most of them. Whereas for the I-130s, for the spouse visas, I see those hanging out there for 10, 11, 12, and even 13 months now. They are taking a long time to process I-130s. I don't know why. It doesn't seem like that should be the logical outcome. You would think those would go faster, but they're just not. Okay, so the fiancé visas I'm seeing, they're processing faster. So for that reason, if you do have a choice, I do recommend applying for a fiancé visa over a spouse visa. Obviously, things can change. USCIS could prioritize I-130 spouse filings, but right now that's just not happening. I'm seeing the I-129Fs get processed much faster, and so that's why I'm making this recommendation at this time. In terms of just preserving the integrity of the marital relationship, I think it's better to go through the fiancé visa process as opposed to being married and separated. I think that's more harmful in a personal relationship than if you're separated as fiancés. Everybody's personal situation is different, and there's a lot of factors that a lawyer needs to take into account to give you the best advice based on our experience in some recent filings over the past year. The fiancé visas are going faster, and so if that is just the main question you have, then I would say the fiancé visa is definitely a faster route to get your loved one here to the United States. And we also think it's better on a relationship level to pursue the fiancé visa over the spouse visa if you have the opportunity.